Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick, but I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
On 1st down, Schultz. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Well, this defense for the Pats, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You've got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well. So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. It has given me the evil eye, folks. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 3rd down, Schultz. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
From the 27, Lawrence. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one swung out to Williams. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Harris Campbell, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored... He's got a man complete. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play here for Dallas. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list. And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too? LT, though, finished his career at 13.684, and now he's soaring past that. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. It's definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own. Chubb. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career. And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Off the draw, here's Williams. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he will have a Patriots first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Campbell making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Lawrence. Back to the same target, Campbell. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Bass is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. On 1st and 10, Schultz. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down, Schultz. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. back with a passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
On play action, Lawrence looking for Campbell downfield.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So we have reached halftime here. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
50 yards on the ground for him so far. 4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Back to throw. Schultz. He'll find Metcalf. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down, Schultz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. It's Thompson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And some space here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd and goal. Lawrence, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Following the fumble recovery, Schultz sliding out of the pocket and incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Chubb again.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Again, it's Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Come on, baby.
Now Lawrence to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. On 3rd and 2. Schultz going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dallas, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against
today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Lance. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already, and now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Austin Hooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that the guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Off the bootleg. Schultz rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Schultz. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And some room to roam now. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the
touchdown. It's complete. George Kittle hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd and 2, Lance. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Working with a 2nd and 3. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Lance now on 1st down. The Sanders has got it complete. Shoves him aside near the 35. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, it's Lance. They'll get this one to Pittman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throw here, that's complete. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Rodgers on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Here's A.J. Cole now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Now Lance. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Third down, they'll run it with Sanders.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's Rodgers on the return.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On first down, Schultz.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They run it again with Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That one incomplete there.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf.
And that'll bring up second down.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A huge play there on the screen pass.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Off the bootleg, Schultz.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Schultz. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A run for Nick Chubb, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Lance looking to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete there to St. Brown. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Schultz. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down. You've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
On 4th down, Schultz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw, got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll look to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Finding Pittman. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington football team. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On the return, it's Rodgers. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. On 1st and 10, Schultz. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Schultz completes it to the tight end, Kittle, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Schultz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
They run. Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. George Kittle, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Murray.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Throwing on first down. Schultz, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Chubb.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Schultz. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Open man here is Conklin. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
Now a throw here to his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Schultz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Waddle, 76 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's 21-3. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Throwing on first down is Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there just before halftime. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. Paris Campbell, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Cam Akers.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Point after here coming up. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. And that's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
You have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
On 1st and 10, Schultz connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Schultz. That completes it again to Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray, he finds his man, complete. It's Casey, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Murray's throw taken in here by Chase.
If If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Throwing again, Murray. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
7 yards, the pickup there. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Murray now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Casey. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Now Murray again. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2nd down and goal. Murray. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 3-yard touchdown run. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really...
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Looking to throw. Schultz. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To throw again on second down. Murray, he gets this one to Boyd. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1.